Welcome to the first weekend edition of Design TV. I'm Andrew Carruthers. In this week's second episode, we head right to the end of your semester as a way of informing what you will need to learn along the way. Today, we will look briefly at customer journey maps, touchpoints, and personas. Welcome back to our second edition. Stephen Covey was an American educator, businessman, and author, famous for, amongst other things, a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The second of those 7 habits is to begin with the end in mind. He believed that many people meander through projects and their lives because they don't know what it is that they want to achieve. Stephen believed that to be successful, we each need to make a conscious effort to focus on the end point, your vision, and then to make the necessary decisions to get yourself there. So in this episode, I show and explain to you what your group needs to hand in week 12, your endpoint, and then briefly introduce some of the concepts that you will need to get there, and which we will reintroduce and look at in class in the coming weeks. Understanding this final submission, the customer journey map, is also very important in terms of the early stage development of your innovative and entrepreneurial idea. A customer journey map is a tool from design that you can use to either plan a new idea or to evaluate and change an existing business experience. If there are no new customers or guests, there is no new business idea. And if your idea's planned interactions with guests is no different from an experience they can already get elsewhere, again, there is no new business idea. So what is a customer journey map? According to our text, a customer journey map is one of several experience design tools that come under the broad umbrella of experience mapping. Some of the other tools in this category include experience maps, service blueprints, future state, and existing state maps. In future weeks, we will look at these individually in more detail. To begin with, here are a couple of definitions from the literature, along with a couple of images of journey maps. A customer journey map is a diagram that illustrates the steps your customers go through in engaging with your company. A customer journey map offers a framework for mapping human experiences across multiple situations and interactions, helping to ensure that every interaction where an organisation touches or connects with a customer is appropriate, relevant, meaningful, and enduring. Drawing different definitions together, essentially a customer journey map is a visualisation or diagram that sequentially maps every interaction that a customer or guest, or potential customer or guest, might have with your experience or business offer. It recognises that some of those interactions occur before your customer or guest actually uses your experience and might continue after they have left your business. If you look at this map of an online hotel booking and hotel stay, you will see that it includes a range of preliminary stages including desire, research, planning, and booking. After the actual stay itself, it then goes on to consider leaving, feedback, and coming back as elements that happen after the stay. One important thing for you to remember is that a customer journey map comes in all shapes and sizes. So if you read, research, or Google, you will find quite different images. The important thing to remember is that a customer journey map focuses on anticipating and planning the experience that a representative customer, or as our text refers to them, a participant, the experience that they have with your business at each point of interaction. Each one of those interactions is referred to as a touch point, where a customer touches your business, whether in person, on the phone, via your website, or something such as word of mouth. As you will see in coming weeks, each one of those touch points needs to be designed by you in an attempt to ensure that their reaction to the experience is consistent with what you anticipated and what you wanted. On screen now is a template that we will use that shows you the level of detail required for each touch point. We will cover this in more detail later in a future episode. The other important thing to remember, and the key difference between an experience map and a customer journey map, is that a customer journey map is developed for a particular representative customer or participant group. This representative customer or guest is known as a persona, which just happens to be part B of your next assessment. We will return to personas in the future, but in brief, the persona, or as it's also known, the actor, is a fictional customer who experiences your customer journey in your customer journey map. A persona is a fictional profile, a character with which your design team and your employees can engage when developing or refining an experience or idea. Rather than an anonymous statistical grouping of a market segment, a persona attempts to move away from abstract demographics and figures towards the wants and needs of a real person. With a name, photo, and backstory, the idea is that a persona becomes like a real person with whom your team can engage and someone that they know and care about when designing an experience. That's what I meant in WebEx this week when I challenged you to think about who you are designing your innovative concept for. This episode has introduced to you some new concepts that you should explore further by reading and researching. We will definitely cover all of these concepts again in more detail in class. Until next time, I'm Andrew Carruthers. Thank you for watching, and this is Design TV.